The vast oceans, stretching endlessly to the horizon, have always inspired a sense of adventure and possibility. For centuries, they have been the highways of exploration, trade, and discovery. Now, in the 21st century, these same waters are taking on a bold new role as the launch pads for humanity's next great leap into space. The world's oceans are quickly becoming the next frontier for launching rockets into space. Instead of relying solely on traditional land-based launch sites, engineers and visionaries are turning to the sea, harnessing its vastness and strategic advantages to propel rockets skyward. A sea launch involves a rocket lifting off from a specially equipped ship or a massive floating platform anchored far from shore. This approach offers a mobile, adaptable launch site that can be positioned almost anywhere on the planet's surface, opening up new possibilities for space access. Unlike fixed land sites, which are limited by geography, weather, and political boundaries, sea platforms provide unmatched flexibility. They can be moved to optimal locations for each mission, taking advantage of the Earth's rotation and minimizing risks to populated areas. While the concept of launching from the sea isn't entirely new, pioneered decades ago by international collaborations, China's ambitious scale and rapid progress are transforming it into a game-changer for the global space industry. China is investing heavily in building advanced maritime infrastructure, including massive barges, support ships, and floating launch pads. Their crews work tirelessly at sea, assembling and preparing rockets for launch, turning the oceans into a new kind of real estate, one dedicated to reaching orbit. Sea launches represent a strategic evolution in spaceflight. They offer not only efficiency and flexibility, but also the ability to launch on short notice, avoid crowded airspace, and reach orbits that are difficult from land-based sites. Imagine a future where rockets can be launched on demand from the best possible global location, whether that's near the equator for maximum boost or in remote waters to minimize risk. No longer tied to a handful of terrestrial spaceports, space agencies and private companies can choose their launch sites with unprecedented freedom. That's the promise of the ocean, to become space's newest, most versatile launch pad. The sea, once a barrier to exploration, is now a bridge to the stars. With bold investments and visionary engineering, China is leading this new era, sailing full speed ahead into the future of space exploration and inspiring the world to look to the oceans as the gateway to the cosmos. Why is China launching rockets from the ocean? The answer lies at the intersection of geography, strategy, and physics. For decades, China's space program relied on inland launch sites, but as ambitions grew, so did the challenges. The country's geography means that most of its traditional spaceports are located deep inland, far from the open sea. This has significant consequences for every launch. When rockets launch from these inland sites, their spent stages and debris often fall back to Earth, sometimes landing dangerously close to villages, towns, and farmland. This creates real risks for people living nearby and has led to evacuations, property damage, and growing public concern. The unpredictability of where debris might land makes every launch a logistical and political headache. By moving launches to the sea, China can ensure that rocket debris lands safely in the ocean, far from any population centers. This simple shift dramatically reduces the risk to people and property, making each mission not only safer, but also much easier to manage from a political standpoint. With the ocean as a buffer, missions become safer, less controversial, and more streamlined. The government faces fewer complaints, and engineers can focus on innovation rather than crisis management. But there's another less obvious advantage: physics. The Earth rotates fastest at the equator, and launching from this region gives rockets a natural speed boost. This means they need less fuel to reach orbit, can carry heavier payloads, and can access a wider range of orbits more efficiently. China's inland launch sites are thousands of kilometers from the equator, limiting their efficiency. But sea platforms can simply sail to the optimal launch point, wherever it is, unlocking new possibilities for mission planning and satellite deployment. This shift to sea launches increases safety, boosts efficiency, and offers unmatched flexibility. China can now launch more frequently, adapt to changing mission needs, and avoid the constraints of fixed land-based sites. With this approach, China can place satellites into specific orbits with greater precision, support more ambitious missions, and respond quickly to new opportunities in space. This isn't just a technological experiment. It's a core part of China's long-term strategy to lead in space exploration and satellite deployment. By mastering sea launches, China is positioning itself at the forefront of the new space race. How does China's sea launch strategy compare to NASA and SpaceX? NASA relies on fixed land complexes for monumental missions. SpaceX innovates with reusable rockets, landing on drone ships but launching from land. China's approach is unique, using the sea for launching. They use a massive barge as a floating launch pad, focusing on mobility and speed. This allows quick setup in new locations. NASA uses land bases for power, SpaceX for cost-saving landings, and China for strategic flexibility. China's sea launch capability is a strategic asset addressing national needs. Launching a rocket from a floating platform is complex but straightforward. China uses a stable semi-submersible barge, creating a steady platform. The rocket is loaded in port, then the barge sails to a launch point. Upon arrival, the rocket is raised vertically. The ship's systems keep it stable, and the launch command is given from a safe distance. The rocket ignites, climbing into the sky. After launch, the barge returns to port, ready for the next mission. This process combines seafaring with rocketry, turning the ocean into a powerful launch site. China's space ambitions are vast, aiming to lead in space exploration. They've built a space station and landed rovers on the Moon and Mars. Sea launches are crucial for deploying satellite constellations quickly. These constellations will provide global internet and enhance navigation. Sea launches offer the flexibility needed for frequent missions. China plans to build a lunar research station, with sea launches supporting these missions. Space is vital for China's economic development and global influence. Sea launches are key to executing their ambitious plans efficiently. Sea launches are a force multiplier for China's space program. They increase launch capacity, allowing multiple campaigns simultaneously. This boosts mission frequency and provides strategic resilience. Sea platforms are mobile and less vulnerable than fixed land sites. Economically, sea launches attract international clients for equatorial launches. This strengthens China's position in the commercial space market. Sea launch capability fuels China's ambitions, solving geographic problems and creating new economic pathways. It allows China to be agile and competitive in space exploration. Sea launches blend marine engineering with aerospace innovation. Semi-submersible barges provide stability, using ballast tanks and dynamic positioning. The Long March 11 rocket, solid-fueled, is ideal for marine environments. It requires less preparation, reducing complexity on the platform. The transporter erector launcher raises the rocket precisely. Umbilical connections detach cleanly in a marine setting. The ocean absorbs launch heat and energy. China is developing larger launch ships and sea launch versions of liquid-fueled rockets. This innovation shows sea launch as a foundational technology for China's space future. China's sea launch technology impacts the global space community. It introduces a new strategic element for other nations. Sea launches allow unexpected satellite deployments, challenging traditional tracking. Commercially, China competes for a larger share of the global launch market. This could drive down launch prices, benefiting satellite service consumers. Other nations may invest in sea or air launch capabilities. China's success highlights the multipolar nature of space exploration. Sea launches signal China's arrival as a top-tier space power. The future of space exploration is no longer tied to land. For decades, humanity's dreams of reaching the stars have been anchored to massive launch pads built on solid ground. But now, a new era is dawning, one where the vast open ocean becomes our gateway to the cosmos. Imagine rockets igniting above rolling waves, their engines reflecting off the water as they pierce the night sky. This is not just a vision of tomorrow, it's happening right now. China is at the forefront, boldly demonstrating that the ocean can serve as a powerful and practical platform for reaching the stars. By launching rockets from ships and floating platforms, China is rewriting the rules of space access, showing the world that the sea is more than just a boundary. It's a launch pad for ambition. Sea launches represent a dramatic shift to a flexible, distributed model of spaceflight. Instead of being limited by geography or crowded land-based sites, rockets can now lift off from almost anywhere on the world's oceans. This flexibility means more frequent launches, fewer delays, and the ability to choose optimal launch points for different missions. This approach democratizes access to space, allowing any nation with the technology and vision to establish efficient launch points on the water. No longer is space the exclusive domain of countries with vast territories or established land facilities. The ocean opens a door for global participation, fostering international collaboration and competition. For China, sea launches are a key to unlocking their ambitious space blueprint. By leveraging the mobility and adaptability of ocean platforms, China can rapidly expand its space program, test new technologies, and respond quickly to changing needs. This strategy is central to their vision of becoming a leader in the new space age. It's a practical solution, executed with remarkable speed and skill. Technicians work around the clock, assembling rockets on barges and preparing them for launch in record time. The ocean environment presents unique challenges, but it also inspires innovative solutions and a spirit of resilience. This story is about overcoming limitations and exploring new worlds. By embracing the ocean, we break free from the constraints of land and open up endless possibilities for discovery. Each launch is a testament to human ingenuity and our relentless drive to push beyond the horizon. China's sea launches are leading this new wave, but the tide is rising for all. Other nations are following suit, establishing their own ocean-based launch sites and joining the race to the stars. The map of space exploration is being redrawn, with new points of light appearing across the world's oceans. As we journey into the cosmos, we'll continue to find new and creative ways to leave our planet behind. The ocean, once seen as a barrier, is now a bridge to the universe. Each launch from the sea is a step toward a future where space is within reach for all of humanity. Riding this wave of innovation, we are building our future, one launch at a time. Every ignition, every liftoff from the ocean's surface brings us closer to new frontiers and new opportunities. The spirit of exploration is alive and well, carried forward on the tides of progress. From both land and sea, we reach for the stars. Together, we are charting a bold new course for humanity, proving that no matter where we launch from, our destination remains the same: the endless expanse of space and the limitless possibilities it holds.